Oh, you know what? Speaking of timeless colors, on Monday, the 2nd of May, the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York opened its doors for the Met Gala 2022, and it's an event referred to as fashion's biggest night out. And here to bring us all of the fashion scoop and is our very own fashion and beauty editor, Knox Mafu. Oh, Knox, this is so exciting. I love the fact that things are going back to normal. Yes. It's been a while since we've seen such a glamorous event, at least for me. Now that we are, going back to that, let's first touch on what the theme for this year's Met Gala was.
Right, so it formed part of a two-pronged kind of theme, which is basically an anthropology of American fashion. And so now this year was about Gilded Glamour. And a lot of people weren't too sure what that meant, but the whole thing about that is about celebrating kind of the jewel tones, really like audacious wealth, really kind of over-the-top outfits that we hadn't seen, but it was very much focused on the 1800s, and people dressed like that to kind of conceal the civil unrest that was happening at the time. So really it was about over-the-top glam, jewel tones, like really taking it to the top, and it was really interesting to see how people missed it and some people got it right.
Well, listen, there were some in my eyes that definitely was a miss, so let's take a look at some of them. Like, who in your opinion you think didn't get the theme this year?
Well, I think, it was very difficult. And as much as how brilliant Kim Kardashian looked, because I think she looked absolutely stunning, I just don't think it was on theme. I think that was something that was really far more in the 50s. But I mean, I love how great she looked. The lengths she went to fit into that dress is incredible. But in terms of like the real theme and the kind of audacious, it feels like Kim could wear this at any point,
True, true. So the thing with her dress, I know it sparked quite a bit of debate on Twitter because the dress is over 60 years old.
Correct.
It's been preserved in a museum. The way she lost weight to try and fit into that dress, very unhealthy. And then talk to me about Kylie Jenner's baseball cap.
So the baseball cap has actually been a point of conversation, and I think really what she was trying to do is latch on to kind of the American style of it. So if we think about baseball being a huge part of American culture, I think what she was trying to do here is kind of make an ode to that, but then of course playing with like a really big ruffle. I think there were just too many references in one dress, and I think that's where we lost it. But I do understand that baseball is a very big part of, American culture. So I think she thought this was the time to showcase that.
Okay. Well, now that we've looked at who gave it a bit of a miss, can we please just take a look at who got the theme correct? Can I just say outright, Blake Lively?
That's my girl.
She is the Met Queen of fashion.
Absolutely. 2022 was her year. I think what she's done here with her Versace dress is really a beautiful ode to the Statue of Liberty, even the kind of copper colors, like we said, those jewel tones that we're looking for. She's done that so well. It's giving over the top, really on theme, the right type of colors. And also, we've never seen Blake like this before, which I think makes it such a Met moment. I think when it gets very ordinary, then you kind of miss the spectacular moment of the Met. But Blake and Ryan right next to her were absolutely incredible to me this year.
Oh, fantastic. Anyone else you want to have a look at?
So I think in terms of here, I really love, what is done here. This is Jodie Turner-Smith, and she kind of played with a more playful kind of dress in her Gucci dress here. I love the kind of fringe detail in the front. It looks great against her skin. So again, we're seeing that ode to kind of like wealth. It may not be as big, but it has a lot of drama. And I think
definitely.
That's what we're looking for today.
It's a striking look.
It's definitely a striking look. And then if we move on to my third favorite look, which is absolutely exciting. And this is kind of speaking to really like that gilded kind of gold look. So she's kind of taken it more literally. I think she looks absolutely incredible. The lines in the dress, the focus on the waist, the shoulder detail, the hair detail. From hair and makeup, she really made considered choices and is actually one of my top 5 dresses.
Top 5. Oh, listen, we can talk fashion all day, every day. If you had to go to the Met, you got an invite, what would you have worn?
Oh, I would have taken, Lizzo, actually, for instance, is someone who really did exceptionally well. So if I was going to dress like this, it would have been something to this effect. Something that is loud, something that really takes up the room. And she played her flute when she went down the stairs, which was really incredible. But I think it gives it a modern twist, And so I think Lizzo, for me, was very much something that I would wear. And I think she looked absolutely cool, but modern, and giving a nod to the theme in a really good way.
And you know what? There were quite a few people that also just gave a little bit of a nod nod to the past.
Yes.
Look at this.
Stormzy. Now, Stormzy surprised me because he's not someone who really makes a noise when he's on the red carpet, but everything is so incredible here. I love the kind of ode to the past, but also really classic modern finishes. And I think this is a really big step out for him, and he looks regal, if you will. He really looks regal. And I think from a men's fashion perspective, he was a star for me, but of course a special mention to Ryan Reynolds, who also, alongside Blake, looked absolutely magnifique.
So dapper. I feel like when it comes to the Met, the focus is always on the women's fashion,
yes.
but it's great that you were able to pinpoint some of the great males. Oh, listen, we can talk fashion all day, every day, but if you have it, there you have it. In fact, it's our top fashion moments from this past Met Gala, the 2022 that took place on Monday. And you can join in on the conversation by letting us know which look you think was the best dress at this year's Met Gala. You can let us know on social media.